Welcome, Big Love family. This is a somatic flow. So this is a practice that's going to be very soothing and rhythmic to create space in your body and, most importantly, to bring you home to your body. So everything in this sequence is designed to bring you to a state of homeostasis. So coming home to your body to a grounded state of presence, safety, and calm. So however you're feeling today, check in and name that emotion or those feelings. Maybe call out those thoughts that might be floating around in the mind. And I'd like to invite you to take a slow breath in through the nose, and with your exhale, a soft sigh as you settle into a comfortable seat. To begin our practice seated with the psychological sigh or the physiological sigh, to really invite the body to release. So we really will be focusing on the breath through this session, this short 20-minute somatic flow. Let's start with settling the hips. Maybe you need some circles, some spirals, some sways. Really sense into the support beneath you. Becoming aware of the sit bones nestled within the bum cheeks. Becoming aware of the palms as they rest on the thighs, or maybe they're at the belly, at the chest. Maybe you're rolling out the shoulders. Really get a sense of comfort into your practice. So sensing into what feels like a comfortable seated position. Creating length through the spine. Take a slow breath in and a soft sigh through the mouth. Take a few more if that felt good. Cleansing and clearing the body with breath. Our physiological sigh is a long, slow inhale, followed by a short sip of another inhale, and a long, slow exhale to release. So we're going to slowly begin by taking a natural but full breath, clearing the breath away, and then breathing in through the nose. And at the top, take an extra sip, and then slowly, softly release through the mouth. And again, we take that breath slowly in, and take a little bit more in, and then let it go. Beginning to feel the weight drop from the shoulders. Inhale through the nose. In again. Softly release. 3 more. Slowly drawing that breath in, filling yourself up. And then taking an extra sip of air. And then letting that breath fall out the body. Fall away. 1 more. Taking a natural inhale now. And a soft sigh. And gently taking a moment to bring the fingertips, the ring fingertips, to the eyelids and just gently massage the eyelids, the eyeballs in their sockets. Especially good if you've had very little sleep, or have been working that little bit too hard, or having a big cry. And then gently let the hands fall to the thighs, roll out the shoulders. Come into a self-hug, a self-hold. So staying with the breath and with the connection of the palms on the body. So if you need to, you can cross the legs, especially if you're a creature of habit like me. And then slowly settle in the hips once again. Making sure you're supported underneath the hips if you need to be comfortable or want to be more comfortable. We're going to bring the right palm to the left rib cage and wrap the left arm on top with the palm on the upper arm. So right palm is at the left rib and left palm at the right upper arm. And take a few moments in this butterfly hug, this self-hug, taking a slow breath in and letting it go. 2 more here. Noticing that natural rhythm of the breath now. In and out through the nose. And then bringing the right hand to the lower belly and the left hand to the chest, to the heart space. And inviting a slow inhale through the nose. And again, softly out through the nose. Taking 2 more breaths here. Allowing the belly and the chest to naturally rise and fall. And bring in the right hand that's at the belly to the forehead. And resting the palm at the forehead, taking a slow breath in. Maybe closing down the eyes, maybe a sigh now. Maybe sealing the lips, taking 2 more breaths here with the palm at the forehead and the heart. This soothing breath practice. And inviting the left hand now to cradle the back of the head, sliding the hand from the neck up to cradle the back of the head, maybe leaning into the palm that little bit more. Cradling the head in both palms. Taking 3 intentional breaths now as you cradle the head. Cupping the head at the back where the brainstem is, the vagal nerve begins, and the third eye space. 1 more breath. And then gently relaxing the hands down to the thighs, come into some slow spirals. Beginning to breathe in nice and slowly, nice and deeply. Clearing it with an exhale. Taking an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Gently pressing the palms together, exhale through prayer. Taking another inhale, arms rise. And exhale through prayer. Letting the hands come back to belly, to chest, or maybe simply to lower belly. Come into a coherent breath pattern, in for 5, out for 5. In for 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more breaths here. Sensing into the support beneath your hips. Sensing into the feet with some movement. And bringing the palms back down to the thighs, having a bit of a shoulder shimmy. I'm going to bring us to our feet, but we're going to do this super slow. So it doesn't matter where you are on your mat, but whatever you've got underneath your hips, begin to remove it as you start to come to a forward fold. And allowing the feet to be about hip distance, letting the head droop down, hands to floor, swaying over those beautiful legs, those strong legs. Maybe cradling opposite elbows. Maybe making a shape with your sway. Maybe sighing through the mouth. Maybe fluttering the lips. To relax the mouth and the jaw. And gently releasing the hands, let them drape again. And begin to sway or roll your way up. Up to standing. Chin drooping to the chest till the very, very end of your stretch up. And rolling the shoulders back. Maybe embracing a nice big sigh. Maybe taking a few lifts of the heels, stretches of the toes, and a few rolls of the shoulders. And really feel into the support beneath you. You need to make sure you've got some space either side of you and in front and back. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me, but planting the feet maybe a little bit wider than hip distance. Just start to pour into the mat with your feet. Just checking in, sensing into the support beneath the feet, activating the legs, noticing that activation through the legs and the bum cheeks. Maybe having a few bends of the knees. So again, sensing into that support beneath you, but also that support, that strength within. And we're going to take a slow sweep of the arms up to the sky as we breathe in. As we exhale, we're going to sweep and sway down. And we're going to power up the legs. I'm going to inhale, we're going to rise. I'm going to exhale to fold and sway. And we're going to go a little bit faster, breathe it in. And out. And in. And keep that going. Creating your own rhythmic flow with the breath. Sensing into the strength of the legs. The release with the exhale. That stretch with the in-breath. The rising and releasing. Sense into the legs, the arms, the heaviness of the head and the shoulders. And take 3 more. Gently inviting yourself to stand in, arms coming down by the thighs, finding a mountain pose, maybe inviting a sway. As everything begins to settle, again sensing into the support beneath you, maybe having a stretch of the fingers. And we're going to step ourselves slowly. When you're ready, take your time to the back of your mat. And inviting the shoulders to roll back, the head maybe to have a little sway from side to side, a clench of the fists and a stretch of the palms, lifting off the toes, and then shift to the balls of the feet, lift off the heels. And as you settle and anchor through the soles of the feet, really sense into the contours. And take a very gentle flow. As you breathe in, take a slow stretch to the sky. A really slow motion fold. Bending those knees. Come to the fingertips, stretch out the back of the legs as you find that half lift, drawing the crown to the front of the mat. And as you exhale, slowly walking the hands forward and bringing yourself into a plank. Take a slow breath in, lower the knees. With the exhale, bum to heels, take child's pose and soften. Take a full breath in here and a soft sigh. As you breathe in, bring yourself forward and up into a cow stretch. Exhale to cat. Breathing it into cow stretch, feeling the tailbone lift and the chin tuck. Taking another breath into cow stretch and then tucking the toes. And as you press into cat stretch, start to lift off the heels, walk the hands to the feet, come to forward fold, back of your mat. Take a slow roll up through standing, letting the arms drape, the knees bend. And exhale at the top, roll the shoulders. Take a grounding sigh here, movement or stillness. Taking an inhale as you reach up, stretching out the body. Bend the knees as you exhale and fold over the thighs. Breathe into a half lift and lengthen. Exhale, walk it forward to a sturdy plank. Inhale to lower the knees. Exhale, bum to heels, take child's pose. Take a full breath here. Inhale as you rise, coming through to cow stretch. And exhale into a cat. Inhale, rippling through the spine to cow. And exhale, rolling it back into cat. Inhale back into that cow stretch. Tuck the toes, and as you round the back into cat, walk hands to feet. Forward fold, back of the mat. And then slowly bending the knees, rolling all the way up. Breathing in as you go. And exhaling as you roll the shoulders back. Take a slow breath in here. Sigh it out here. Inhale, we rise, arms to sky. Exhale to release into your fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, walk it into a plank. Take an extra couple of breaths here. Sense into the strength of the body, the power of the legs, the arms, your mind. Inhale, lower knees, and exhale to child's pose. Beginning to roll yourself up to kneeling. Move any cushions and props out the way. We're going to be bringing the legs to the side of the mat. So I'm going to shimmy round. Just make sure you've got some space to the right for now. Easier way to the palms. You may want some cat-cows. You may embellish those cat-cows with a few stirs of the hips, the shoulders, the head. And really feel into your body. Find those nooks and crannies, those niggles that need to be stretched out in shapes that perhaps your practice doesn't create. Beautiful. And then slowly begin to extend the right leg to the side. Plant the sole of the foot. Begin to inhale into a cow stretch here. Be mindful of the hips. And exhale, round it into cat. Taking another 2 here. Bring in the right palm to the thigh and inhale left arm to sky. Slowly sigh it out as you stretch over to the right side. Breathe it in here. Breathe it out. One more breath. Feeling into that space you're creating as you breathe. Bringing the left palm back down to the mat. Sweeping the left foot off the mat. And the right foot round to the end of the mat. Sweeping the right arm over the ear. And getting a stretch down the side of the body. Bringing the shoulder over that left wrist. And planting the foot, that right foot, however feels good for you. Maybe the foot slightly turned out so the hips are a bit more open. And again, feel into the space that you've created through this movement. You're creating or encouraging through this stretch. And sense into the breath, the spaciousness of the breath. Maybe creating that soothing rhythm. Gently bringing the right palm to the mat and sweeping that left foot back round to the side. And drawing, maybe tucking the left toes, drawing the hips back towards that left heel, maybe extending the arms forward. Taking another 2 breaths here. And as you begin to settle into that tabletop, start to extend that left leg out to the side. Begin those cat-cow movements, sensing again into the hips and that asymmetry of your body. Maybe additional movements are needed. So this is all about listening into that feedback from the body. Cultivating that interoception, that inner awareness. And bringing the left palm to the thigh, right arm to the sky. Slowly exhale into your stretch. Slide that left palm down the leg. Breathe into the space you're creating. Sense into any tightness or tension. Maybe softening the tension around the eyes. And then beginning to transition to that side plank, so that side stretch. As the palms come back down to the mat, slide the right foot off. Left leg sweeps round to the end of the mat as the left arm sweeps over the ear. Repositioning the right knee and the left foot. Stacking the shoulder over the wrist. And finding the breath. Again, softening the brow space. And then gently making that final transition, both palms to the mat. The left leg sweeps round to the side. Maybe you want to tuck the right toes. As you draw the hips back, send the arms forward, bow the head. This sequence, these movements and poses are about guiding you back into your body. Rather than using your body to create your yoga practice. Using our body mindful movement and somatic breath and movement to reconnect you to your body, to come home to your body. And again, you might begin some stirring motions as you come back through center. Maybe you simply want to soften into a child's pose. Perhaps you would like to take a more restful pose with a self-hug with me. Maybe inviting a cushion or your bolster to the mat. And beginning to bring the feet to the mat, knees to sky, back of the hips, to that comfort, to that support. 2 options here. Restorative bridge, you can either fold the support beneath you to make it firmer, to make it higher, bring you away from the ground more. Settle in and support in the back of the hips. Maybe feet are grounded, maybe you'd prefer the legs in the air. Wherever you are deciding to go with the feet, with the legs, invite in the right palm back across the chest to that left rib cage and the left palm to the right upper arm. Begin to soften down the eyes, choosing how you wish to lay or place the legs, dangling or grounded. Taking a soft sigh as you settle. Drawing your awareness to that rhythmic sound of your breath, that soothing sound. Sensing into the body settling. Sensing into support. Into length. Into heaviness. Or perhaps softness. Maybe sensing into spaciousness. And taking your time to unravel the arms, sliding them, elbows to the floor, palms to cup or cradle the ribs. If the knees are in the air, gently bringing the feet to the mat and letting the feet be grounded as you take a slow breath in, sensing into that expansion once again of the rib cage and the release and the retreat of the breath. And you can stay right here. I'd like you to check in. How is your body feeling right now? What is your body feeling? Where are you noticing that sensation, that feeling? And what do you need today? What does your body need? What's your body craving, missing? Begin to become aware of the space around you with the eyes, with your sense of touch, with an element of movement. And in your own time, easing yourself into your day, sending you big love. Welcome home to your body.